What's up, Toonami Faithful? My name is Daniel Mahoko, Anime Savior. I'm with CJ's at the camera. And today I'm hanging out with Michelle Marie, the voice of Fizel from Sword Art Online. So, how's your Anime Expo been going so far?
It's been pretty good. The first day was kind of crazy. I felt really bad for the people who had to wait in like the normal line because it was really bad. But I've been hanging out with my friends and my husband's been here, so it's been nice though.
So, we've only really heard you from one Toonami show, Fizel from Sword Art Online, but as many people, many actors would tell you, like it's getting into the industry, getting into Hollywood is a long grind. Like, tell us what made you decide to pursue the craft, and how did you get here?
Well, I've kind of been voice acting since I was 14, but it was just a hobby. I did like some indie projects with my friends, but then I decided, being a preschool teacher wasn't really for me. I love kids, but you gotta have a lot of patience for kids. So I think all teachers are saints, so bless all teachers. But I just decided, why don't I just give this a try? So I started doing online professional stuff instead of just like doing non-paid stuff. That's kind of how you start out. But then I started pursuing bigger indie things like Has Been Hotel and Crush Crush. But then I said, I kind of want to do this like on a bigger level, and so I took a class back in 2016, I think, and it was the first time I'd ever been in the booth, and I was like, this is my calling. I have to do this. We are moving to LA because I used to live in Oregon. I told my husband we have to move to LA. Like, I don't know when, I don't know how, but we have to, because I was just hooked. I knew that was what I was supposed to do for the rest of my life, and so we saved up a bunch of money, and we actually got married and then moved here a month after. So I don't know if that's really smart. Like, don't do that. It was kind of stressful, but we made it work. And then I just sent my demo reel out to different studios in the area, and I heard back from some of them, and I got an audition, and then I booked it, and it was Puff Rusher for a Shopkins commercial toy thing, and I was like, I'm gonna do this forever. Like, there's nothing else that I want to do except this.
Well, hopefully we'll start seeing you in some more shows. Like, what's been your previous experience with Toonami and anime in general? Like, have you grown up with the block, and do you consider yourself a Toonami Faithful?
Well, I don't know if, how many animes you're supposed to see to be considered part of the Toonami Faithful. Just one? I've been told just one. So,
like the block.
But I loved Outlaw Star. That was Outlaw Star was my show. That's kind of the one I grew up on. But I remember watching SAO, and so to be a part of that now is kind of like, it's kind of surreal and a little bit weird. Like, it's cool, but it's still like, oh, this is real.
Of course, tell us about your character Fizel. What's your favorite parts about your character, and how is it like to voice her?
Well, Fizel is like, she's like a little gremlin character, I guess, because she stabs people. So I call her the Stabby Sisters, or call her and Lena the Stabby Sisters. I don't know if they're twins or not, but they're definitely sisters. I really like, she's kind of cheeky, and I feel like she's a little bit more outgoing than Lena, and so I really liked being able to play up that aspect. And actually, when I found out that I was going to be voicing her, I kind of prepared in my mind, okay, she's gonna be kind of like tomboyish, so we're gonna make her voice kind of like down here. But then when I was in the booth, Alex Von Day was like, how high can you go? And he actually had me pitch my voice up like 3 times, and I was like, okay, cool, because that's my comfort spot. I like playing characters like that. Because actually lower range characters I'm working on them, but my sweet spot is being like up in the stratosphere. And so she was just really fun to play because I got to kind of play, because she's still a kid, so there's an innocence to her, but she's saying really dark things. So that was kind of like fun to do. And something I will say that like I was trying to be serious, you know, because I'm like my character is like stabbing like Bryce's character's Kirito, and Alex Von David was like, you know, the red neckline around both of their outfits reminds me of bacon, and I was like, I'm trying to be serious here. So that was really funny.
Have you had any interesting moments in the booth voicing Fizel? Like,
well, I only really got to be in the booth for her for one session. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know, because she didn't die, so that means that she could come back maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. But I think it was just really fun being in the booth, working on SAO and getting to work with Alex Von David. That was like a real honor for me, and that in and of itself was just really exciting, and I think it's like one of my favorite things. So, and then also like a lot of my roommate is Brandon, actually. So the guy who voices Yujo is my roommate. So just to be in a show in the same scene with my roommate is like super dream material. So I was really excited about that.
so how did you get noticed by Bang Zoom, and how was your audition process for SAO? What made Alex and Mommy say you play this character? You'd be good voicing this character for you.
Well, it's kind of the same reaction I have whenever I'm cast as a character. I get really surprised and I don't understand. Like, I'm really grateful for it, but I think that, I don't know, I don't really know the secret for auditioning. I think one thing that does help is if you're not so like desperate in wanting the character, because a lot of the times when you're voicing a character and you like really want it, then a part of you comes out into the character when you're supposed to be that character. So I think that's really hard though as an actor to not like get caught up in like wanting the role so much. But with this one, I don't know, I honestly don't know. I'm just really grateful that they decided to pick me.
Were you a fan of the SAO franchise prior to getting cast?
Yes, I was. So, like I said, it's kind of surreal to be a part of a show that you watched previously, the previous seasons, and it's a dream to be on it with or in it with my roommate and some other friends. So, it's really just exciting.
So besides voice acting, you've also cosplayed. Looking at your Twitter, like, what's your inspiration for the characters you dress up as, and what do you use for materials, and basically how do you become that character, so to speak?
Well, I don't consider myself like an actual cosplayer. I kind of just do it for fun, and if I can find enough time to do it. This year I decided that I wanted to cosplay on the first day as a character I voice, just because it's the people who made the game, Spike Chunsoft. It's for the game CRYSTAR. It comes out on August 27th. I'm so excited. But they had a panel here, and I just really wanted to cosplay as that character, yes, because I voice her, but also in a way to kind of like thank the artist for taking so much time to draw all the art, and just because there's like a like a normal outfit and a transformation scene, so they have like two different outfits, so that's like twice the work. And so I was like, okay, if they can do that, then I can make this outfit. But it was actually kind of stressful because my machine needle broke, and so I was like, so I had to hand sew. But in terms of connecting with the characters, Mirai was a special exception because I voiced her, and I really haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that because I haven't really voiced characters that I felt like I could make their cosplay, or at least on like this like a bigger scale. But when it comes to cosplaying characters, I feel like I want to connect with them. Specifically, today I'm Mitsuki from Furume wo Sagashite, and that was the very first anime that I watched where I was like, this is me, and I watched it when I was 14, and so the character was like 12, so kind of around my age, and I just really connected with her. And it's a really special thing for me because I kind of grew up with her. So yeah, I just try to have a special connection with the character somehow.
Got anything for her?
What kind of anime do you enjoy watching? If you enjoy watching.
I don't know if this is a genre, but I really like watching anime where the girls sing to like fight things or destroy things because there's just something really exciting about singing, like having the power of song to defeat your enemies, because I wish I had that power. That would make life so much easier. Like someone's bugging me, I'd be like, I sing you away. That'd be so awesome, because it's, well, I guess depending on what kind of song you would sing, it wouldn't necessarily be non-violent, but I feel like it would be a really nice thing. But anyway, getting a little sidetracked, I really like Macross Delta. That's like my favorite right now. Just the Macross series in general is really special to me, but Macross Delta is my favorite. Or other shows that are like really unnecessarily cute, like Bananya. Like, I love this show so much. So yeah, just cutesy things or singing shows I really like.
Is there anything you want to plug for fans to be able to look out for?
Yeah, so... That I can say, yes. So, I'm a part of CRYSTAR. I play Mirai Hatada in CRYSTAR. That's coming out on August 27th. I'm also the voice of Milliam Orion in Trails of Cold Steel 3. That will be coming out in September 24th, I think. And then, yeah, I think that's all I can really say at this point. I'm also on Twitter, Michelle Marie VA, although the E is not there because somebody else used that name. So, yes.
Keep up, besides Sword Art Online, do you keep up with other shows that are recently on Twitter?
I was watching The Promised Neverland for a bit.
Everyone's
because, well, it's like really like, it grips you and you're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Also, Phil, like, is the cutest, so yeah. I love Phil. And then my friend Jackie voices Connie, and so I was like, no, Jackie! And so I was like, I felt that. So yeah, I was watching that, and then I think that was the only one that I was kind of following this season, so. I really like watching shows where my friends are in them, or like other people that I know, because then I can kind of not only support them that way, but also kind of learn their techniques and be like, oh, so that's how they voice that line, or wow, that's a really interesting take, because then I can kind of, you know, organically learn from them. So I like doing that.
Yeah, we have seen SAO as a launching basically a little launching platform for many actors' career. Anything else you'd like to say before we head out?
I just want to say thank you for having me so much. This is my first interview, so I hope that I wasn't like nervous. But so thank you for having me. And the show is not over, but please continue to watch SAO and support it, because Brandon and Kaylee and Bryce and Jeremy are awesome people. So.